that from her. Right? So you men, you got to make sure that you on fire, because if you go off, guess what? And the Most High going to destroy everything, man. It's important to set your household in order, for your wife to be in order and your children to be in order. And then the Lord told Amos, through the prophet Amos, he told Amaziah, since you telling me not to do the work of the Lord, guess what? Your wife going to be a harlot in the city. Let me get that real quick in Amos. So the Most High can judge you and turn your wife to a harlot, man. Why is she texting? Why is she sneaking texting these other guys? Because you're not in order, brother. How come she keep leaving early and then coming back real late? Why is it always a long line in the grocery store? Right? This Amos chapter 7 and verse 16. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing for sake of time, but pretty much when you read this, Amos was prophesying in the king's court. Amaziah, the wicked priest, and Israel said, do not prophesy here. Go and prophesy in Judah. Amos told him, I got something to do. I got to do the work of the Lord. And simply because you're telling me not to prophesy, here's your judgment. Right? Amos 7 and 16. Now therefore, hear thou the word of the Lord. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by lot. You know what that is in modern day terms? Your wife committed adultery, CPS take your children, and you get evicted out your house. That's all that is in modern day terms. And that can happen, man. Right? Thy land shall be divided by lot, and thou shalt die in the polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. Right? You see that? So his whole wife became a harlot in the city because he wasn't on fire.
So Lucky, what scripture was that?
That was Amos 7 and 16.
I'm about to line me back off of that. It's Hosea 4 and 14. It says, right? I'm going to start at 13. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills unto oaks and pollers and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. And then we hiding ourselves doing all type of strange sacrifices to the spiritual demon Satan, man. Right? Going to hell, right? With these idols. Because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery. But listen, look, man, you wanna play with me, man? You wanna commit spiritual fornication with me? You wanna cheat on me? Well, I'm about to make them cheat on you, man. That's how the Lord get down, man. It's always gonna be a just balance in this thing, man. If you go off, best believe the Lord gonna judge you, man. Imagine your damn woman coming home, man. Hey, like the damn Ronald Isley song, man. I forgot how it go, man. But hey, every Jake know that damn song.
Right. Sitting there lying the whole time.
You say what?
Sitting there lying the whole time.
Right. Talking about what is going on between the sheets in my home.
Right.
Right. But then it's a hell of a damn conflict after that. Right. Verse 15. Though thou Israel play the harlot, so like it. Verse 14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For themselves are separated with the whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that doeth not understand shall fall. So if you don't understand, man, you're going to fall, man. And the Lord is going to crumble your whole household. They made all the women whores, man. Now, he literally did that because you went off. So you don't want to play or underestimate the Lord's judgments, man. Because while you relaxing, you thinking everything's in order. You getting content with the place that you in. You relaxing. You're not reading the same. You're not being diligent. You're not holding yourself steadfast. But suddenly your house gonna start to crumble, man. And if you don't fix that leak that's in your damn bathroom, man, it's gonna get worse. Then that leak gonna turn into a puddle. Then that puddle gonna turn into your whole damn roof caving in, man. Right now, your top floor, you got a big old hole in it, man. And that hole could be bigger than you can ever imagine. And we can have a tornado come, not physically, right? Physically too, man. But on a spiritual level, had a tornado come and now everything is upside down.
And I'm going to link up with that. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and 30. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all, now the vineyard in this context represents your household, because we're dealing with your household, right? So Solomon said, I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. You see that? And where that wall? The Lord said, I'm a wall, and my breast like unto towers. So the Most High looks at man and his low estate and sees that a little bit of slumber, a little bit of being slothful, your whole vineyard can just be overgrown with thorns, man. Right? Because all it takes is one day. Right? One day, you know, I'm not going to go out there in the vineyard. Right? Then now you got 3 days you haven't been out in the vineyard. I get there next week. Then it's been 2 weeks. Now you look outside, out the blinds, and now it's wild animals in there. Now you kind of stop caring, man. Because the Most High put that spirit on you to not to care. He gave you over to your own vanity. All right? It reads, then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. So all it takes is a little bit, man, like the brother said, man. 1 day off, 1 hour, right? You take, damn, 15 hours, you out the spirit. You want to be wicked for 15 hours. Then the other few hours, you want to be righteous, right? You're not going to make it, man. A little bit, and that's why it's important, too, to put yourself on a schedule. I know brothers that have prayer schedules. Many have alarms in their phone where they pray certain hours, where their family prays certain hours. They have certain prayers they'll do. It's important to put yourself on a regimen and on a schedule and stick to that discipline, man. Consistency and discipline and integrity, those three is a recipe for, you know, spiritual success, man. You know?
And to touch on what the brother said, man, because, I mean, it literally could be 15 hours you're going on for. It's just peeking around the corner, taking a break. Right? There ain't no breaks in this truth, man. That's why certain men, right, it's all through the grace and mercy of the Lord, but, you know, and they working for this truth, man. They putting the long hours in. They going overtime. They reading, they going into the parable, they trying to teach. They fasting, they being diligent, man. They exhortating, man. They having the faith, right? And the Lord is going to reward that. Look at the Proverbs, chapter 21, and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding. Now, the Lord never said wonder how far. He didn't say 3 feet. He didn't say 15 feet. And if you kind of take a step out of the way of understanding, if you kind of trip, man, you could be blown out. Now, there's no in-depth, well, wander out of the way. Was it 15 miles? Is it 35 miles? No, man, like the brother said, it could be down 15 hours, man. 15 hours you gave yourself over to vanity, lust, and foolishness, man. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead, man. And I always said that sin feels good to an evil man, right? Just like a mosquito bite, man. You get the itching, you get the feeling good. And next thing you know, man, you got a big old bump on your arm, man, right? Hey, man, you get the scratching that sin, just get the feeling good. You keep doing it over and over. Hey, man, the Lord's going to give you over to that vanity, man, that you knocking down the door trying to open, man.
That's right.
Yeah, I got a quick point. You know, when I was doing football, you know, obviously we had to go to football practice, and a lot of brothers, they skipped it, right? At one point, they was on fire. They was the fastest. And it was the strongest. And the IQ on the field was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, one day they decided, you know, like, I'm going to smoke this blunt real quick. So they smoked the blunt and skipped practice. And for some brothers, that was the last we ever seen of them. And for other brothers, you know, they kind of came back. But then they skipped another day. And then they got back on fire. Hey, but some brothers, we never seen their face again. And that's likened to the truth. Because you can't take no days off. You shouldn't want to take a day off. Your spirit is a flame. You should always throw wood in it to keep it on fire. if you're not keeping your flame burning bright, like the Lord said in Luke 12th chapter, I believe, in 35th verse, then hey, you're gonna be cold. You know, you ain't gonna be on fire no more. You're gonna be cold. Hey, and in football, if you skip that one practice, you could be a fastest brother, you know, and then be the slowest brother all in the matter of a day, all because you decided to get off the field. You know,
that's right. That's right. And now looking back, Spirit, a lot of brothers, you be looking back too, man. Right? Turning around like this, trying to see what's calling you. Ain't nothing calling you, man. Right? Keep it pressed toward the mark. But let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 14. All right? We're back in 2nd Ezra chapter 14, and let's read verse 13 one more time.
can you hear me?
Come on.
In 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse...
Salaki, real fast. Right? Hey, this is what's going to happen if you take a day off, man. Right?
Yeah. You see that?
Oh, damn.
You see that? All right.
Now you a born sinner, you know?
Right, you see that right there? All right, you don't want to be like that, man. And that's written for your learning. I mean, that's an example, right, for your learning. All right, so we want to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, you know, or the Most High will blow your candlestick out. Right? So we can go back to it.
2nd Ezra 14.
Now you gotta be on fire. Right? You gotta stay on fire, man. Or you can go from believing in the Most High and his son Yahushua, now you don't believe in Yahushua anymore. And nobody knows what these brothers are doing behind closed doors. You can make it around brothers, man. You can come around brothers and you know, you can be this super guy Israelite and, you know, you got your fridges on and, hey, like I brought out earlier, hey, this truth is lonely, man. You're really by yourself and you live your life in secret. You make your moves in secret. You don't really talk to nobody out in the public. Only people you're around is around your brothers. You can kind of be yourself. But then when you leave your brothers, who are you, man? Right? Who are you? Nobody knows who you are. You kind of by yourself. Now, we don't know what people are doing by themselves, man. Well, you see the fruit of their labor, and they begin to slowly fade away. You know? So, you have something else, Yaradan? Let's go back to it. 2nd Ezra 14 and 13.
2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
Right? And we have to comfort our people. How do we comfort our people? By breaking the precepts down. We don't send you to the local psychiatrist. We're not giving you the pills. Right? We're giving you this word right here. Let me get this in 1 Maccabees chapter 12. This is how we comfort our people. 1 Maccabees chapter 12 and verse 9. Therefore, we also, albeit we need none of these things, for that we have the holy books of Scripture in our hands to comfort us. So we have the holy books of Scriptures. This is all you need to comfort you, man. To build up your faith, to exhort you, to admonish you. That's all you need. So we have to comfort our people with the word of the Most High God. And reprove them. And tell them where they're going off. Go on.
Verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, stop worrying. You know, you got Jake worrying about, is that woman going to finally text them back? They're not studying and reading until they get the text back from that woman. Are we going to get married? Where are we going to get married in 10 years? Stop worrying about that, brother. We don't have time to be worried about where you're going to get married 10 years. Right? Where are we going to have our honeymoon at? If I save up enough money 10 years from now, and then we go to Tijuana, and then after that, we could... Brother, if you sit there thinking about that all day, your mind is bad, man. Right? You're thinking about how Bitcoin is going to be in 15 years? Forex. You're thinking about how to topple the Forex market and overthrow it in 30 years, your mind is bad, man. We looking to get out of here, man. Now, we use this world and we do what we got to do, and we use it, but don't abuse it. But don't be looking to make it here, man. And you got these mortal thoughts going on. Think about you want to be a bodybuilder, right? All you doing is working out. You want to be a bodybuilder in the truth. You're taking away all your hours from studying to work out. You're getting back into this world because coronavirus is slowing down, and now you spending more hours at the office instead of reading. You worried about that big promotion? You gotta let that stuff go, man. You got it.
Let me turn this over fast.
Come.
And that's why brothers gotta stop acting like kids, man. Ain't time to have fun. It's not a rest, man. Stop trying to have fun, man. Now is the time to go hard so you can rest later, man. Right, the sleep of a laboring man is sweet, man. Like the scripture says. Let me get this in Ecclesiastes. Right? It's Ecclesiastes 7, right? And verse number 3. Sorrow is better than laughter. Now, a lot of people can't understand that because they want to have fun. They want to be that damn rapper. They always wanted to be in the world, that singer. Right? They want to be that basketball player. They want these dreams and these admirations in a society. They want to be an actor, or a songstress, or a musician. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Right? The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourner. That's playing upon tables, man. If you're wise, you're going to always understand you're in slavery. You're in bondage. You're in the land of your enemy. Like, you don't have the law in your inward parts yet. You have not obtained. There's still more work to do. Jake out there drunk. Like, Jake out there sick. Like, Jake's still a homosexual, man. He's doing drugs, man. Like, he is at a lower state, right? Now, your heart right now got to be in a state of mourning. But the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth, man. You got that spirit, but your mother tell you when you was younger, hey, clean your room and go play later. And then you kind of go sneak out the back door and damn get embarrassed. Now the whole rest of the day and week you cleaning your room, then the basement, you're going to be destroyed, man. Take the time right now to get in the books, read, pray, fast. Hey, life is a shadow, man. And you're going to live forever. Look at the time right now. Lord forbid this kingdom lasts another 10 years. But say it lasts another 5 to 10 years before we get up out of here, right? You telling me 5 years, right? And then you got on the other side eternity, everlasting life, forever, slaves, dominion, power, glory, understanding, sipping yan, right, with Yahweh Shah, right, seeing the uttermost parts of the earth, right, having gold, right, sleeping upon gold, having chains upon your neck in our first estate, or just a couple more months, right, in captivity, right, doing what you need to be doing and what you were created to do. Right, Jake got to understand what's important to them, man, and weigh out this thing. Look yourself in the mirror and be like, man, do I really want this, man? And am I going to buckle down? Like the Lord said that the commandments are not burdensome, they're not grievous, right? So maybe it's Satan on me that's making me feel like I want to go have fun, man. Hey, that's not fun. Fun is having slaves, man, telling them what to do. Like you tell your shadow what to do, man. Hey, man, hey, the kingdom will be fun, man. Dwelling in the streets, right? Seeing the old men, the children playing, no death, persecution, no violence, no being patrolled by the so-called white man. These are the things that brothers look forward to, man. This is not our rush. No?
That's right. This is a quick precept on top of that. This is the book of James, chapter 4 and 8. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to heaviness. Humble yourselves in the sight of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and he shall lift you up. You see that? So let your joy, it's okay to let your joy to be turned into mourning, man. Right? Or your joy to heaviness and your laughter to mourning. You don't have to laugh and, like the brother said, and smile and crack jokes all the time, man. It's okay to be solemn. We have solemn assemblies. Even our feast days include solemn assemblies, man. Right? So the Most High deals with that just balance, man. We're not saying walk around and punch holes in walls, right, and wear black sleeves like them gothic kids, man, with the little circles in them. right? And do all types of wickedness to yourself. But we're telling you to afflict your spirit, man. Rather you fasting, rather you meditate on the days of old. You understand, you focus, you doubting in the spirit. That's how you should be, man. All right? So we can go back to that. That's why you have to let go of these mortal thoughts, man. And we've all had mortal thoughts. You had your chance. Right? The Lord called you out of it. You wanted to be that rapper. Hey, that's over with when you come into this truth. You may have wanted to be an athlete. Hey, it's over with when you come into this truth, man. A fashion designer, your own entrepreneur, right? Have your own business. All that stuff, forget about it, man. Not saying you can't kind of have your pastime and your hobby, but your sole focus is this truth. You know? So you got to let go of these mortal thoughts. All right? I want 5 wives. Right? But leave that alone, man. You keep thinking about how many wives you want. You praying to the Most High for 5 wives in the truth. Your mind is bad. You got it.
Jake trying to be the next Wolf of Wall Street. And investing in Doggy Coin, GameStop. Jake spent a whole paycheck, in the stock market. Now your lights are off. Congratulations. But Jake, priorities are all screwed up, and your mind is sour.
That's right. So we can go back to it.
2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
Right?
For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Read that again.
For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
So the Lord telling you, why do you want to mentally, spiritually detach yourself from this lifestyle? Because the evils that you're experiencing now is only going to get worse, man. This house is already on fire, but it's going to burn with a bigger blaze, man. It's already on fire. The Lord said, I've come to send fire in the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? So this house is burning, man. Why would you want to make a house that's burning a place of permanent rest? More flames are going to be on this place, man. When a house starts on fire, it kind of starts small, then the damn ceiling start collapsing, right? The floor start caving in. You can't open certain doors, or that fire going to engulf you. That's how it is in this life, man. And this world, this earth is on fire, right? So you have greater evils that's coming on the earth, like what? Jacob's trouble, famine, race wars, martial law, severe pestilence, economic collapse, power outages on a massive level, EMP attacks, cannibalism, robbery, sedition. These are all of the evils that are coming on the earth. And you worried about, is Bitcoin going to overtop Forex in the next 10 years? You got it, y'all, down.
And that makes me mad because brothers be getting mad and upset. Not to say you can't be upset at certain things, but a lot of brothers, they be upset at the wrong things. Brother, who give a damn if you lost your job? I'm not saying be a robot, but you got to remember at the end of the day, far worse things are coming. Right? And that day, you're going to forget about everything that you're thinking of now. So why are you fretting so hard? Why are you worrying, you stressing out, you pulling out your hair? Yeah, your girl kind of, cheated on you. Yeah, that stuff is bad, but you got to remember, it's about to get 10 times worse. Your mind got to be set on, building up your spirit and your faith now. But when Jacob troubles appeared. Because in that day, you're not going to be thinking about, oh, man, I should have applied to 50 jobs in Indeed. So you're going to be thinking about the scriptures. You're going to be thinking about how to, make your next move. Right? How not to sin. So Jake, man, there's so much to talk about it concerning that topic. It's crazy.
Yeah, Jake, if you're thinking about in Jacob's trouble, what jobs you didn't apply to. You're going to get cut down, man. Oh, I wonder how my resume's looking. Guess what, brother? You're not going to be thinking about that. Or a cover letter. You're going to be worried about eating, putting food in your stomach, and living the next day. That's why Solomon said all this stuff is vanity, man.
Yeah.
Your apartment, your house, your condo, it's all vanity, man. Your car, it's vanity. You're not going to have that when all hell break loose. So stop setting your heart on things that are not, and look at the things that are not seen. I'm going to get that precept after. Right, I know you got a precept.
Oh, I got one. Esdras chapter 6 and verse 25, right? And the Lord put it in our spirits to always say these things, man. We telling you all hell about to break loose, man, all the time. You see it slowly approaching, man. That's why the Lord is giving you grace and mercy to get yourself together, right? It's the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 25. Whosoever shall remain from all these that I have told thee shall escape. And the Lord said, look, man, if you think you're dealing with something, now it's a hell of a lot more. It said, whosoever remain, not only the strong going to survive. That don't mean you can bench press 350. Don't mean you 6'4". Like, don't mean you got all the supplies in a bug-out bag, man. The strong survive, meaning in the scriptures. The man and woman that has the most faith, right? Hey, the man and the woman that was taking themselves all this time getting ready. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told you shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. And the men that are received shall see, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. So you're not going to have these thoughts no more, man. If you remain through everything that you're going through, and the Lord's going to give you everlasting life. It say, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So you're going to get everything, the fruit of your reward, if you stay diligent and on fire, man. And not be sifted out by damn losing a job, man. You damn sifted out because your woman talk too much, and then you damn take a break, and then next thing you know, you come back home and she not there no more. And you cry yourself to sleep in depression, man. What do I do, Spirit? Right, wallowing in the dark, soaking, man. There's bigger things that's about to come on the earth, man. Right, if this is shaking your leaf on the tree now, and when that wind actually really starts to blow, man, you're going to tumble over.
This I got two quick precepts. This Colossians chapter 3 and 1. If ye then be risen with Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where Christ, Mashiach, sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. You see that? So we're not setting up, like the brother said, we're thinking about slaves. That's what we talk about. When we are around each other, we're not talking about the 401k plan. All right? But we may talk about, complain about captivity and stuff like that. But we talk about the scriptures, precepts, the breakdowns, the prophecies. Right? What the Most High is going to do on the earth. Right? Our conversation is in heaven, like I tell you, man. Right? Let me get that in Philippians. Right? The 3rd chapter. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 3 and verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Now I believe when you look this word up, conversation, right, bear with me 1 second, let me pull this up in the Greek. Right? Our conversation is in heaven. We're thinking about spiritual things. Right? We're not talking about who is going to win the next championship. All right? So when you look this word conversation up in the Greek, bear with me.
Strong's G 4175, Politima.
Right? Now this word, this conversation is politima. It means the administration of civil affairs or commonwealth. A citizen. So it really means a citizen. So when it says our conversation is in heaven, it's really talking about our citizenship, right? Where we really want to be at, right? We think about the kingdom of heaven, right? We're thinking about the chariots. We're thinking about everlasting life. Our citizenship is in heaven, man. We're not worried about an American citizenship and life in Babylon. We're worried about the heavenly things. You know?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like Brother Matthew Hill said in the comments, it's a blackout right now in Texas. I think those people that's going through that blackout is thinking about their resume, you know, and how the time, they missed the hoop playing basketball when they was 10, and they old girlfriends. They thinking about how to survive today and tomorrow. Or, when I'm going to get water, I'm going to do this and a third. You know? So it just goes to show that your mind isn't occupied when your old life, when you're tribulation. So, the point I'm saying is, why are you, stressing? You're stressing about little things, you know?
I got this precept real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. You see that? So we're not worried about the things that are seen, the tangible things. This is all an illusion. Smoke and mirrors. This is not real, like we always bring out. Your sense of happiness in Babylon, that's not true happiness. The food that you think tastes good, and you ain't seen nothing yet, man. That water that you like, that Fiji and that nice water, that's not real water. That's not the best water you'll ever have, man. These are not real clothes, right? This chain, this is nothing. This is temporal, man. This meat tree, hey, to hell with it, man. All this stuff is over with, man. Right? The kingdom of heaven is going to have the true eternal things. That's what we focused on, man. So you gotta get your eyes right, man. Get your vision right, and see things are far off. Right? The Lord said, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil." You gotta foresee things, man. You know, you got it.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 10. And whatsoever mine eyes desire, I kept not from them. I withheld not mine heart from any joy. So Solomon had the power to get gold, silver, right down stingers, the best fruits, right? The pleasant things upon the earth, man. Right? It says what? For my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion from all my labor. Then I looked on all the works of mine hands had wrought. Now he didn't just have, 50,000 pieces of gold. Hey man, he was rich beyond measure. He had singers beyond measure, land beyond measure, cattle beyond measure, servants beyond measure, right? And it says, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun, man. So you could be what? A movie star, you can have all of the money, you can have a damn yacht, you can fly a damn helicopter, man, and look over the cities of America, man. That's still nothing, man. It's still all vanity and vexation of spirit. Like the Lord said, man, what would it profit if a man gain the whole world and lose his soul, man? You're going to lose everlasting life and a chance to reign forever for these immortal things, man. That's just foolish, right? That's going to be here, right there, and then gone the next second. Because this life is nothing but a shadow. Like the brother says, smoke and mirrors, man. Right? And the Lord is not a man that he should lie. This life is literally a shadow, man. We just looked at our forefathers, and that's a shadow to the Lord. Them living 900 years, man. That's nothing to the Lord, man. That's nothing. And that's damn near forever for us to even damn fathom that they were living 900 years, man. And we living 80 plus, 90 if we're lucky, man. And this life is a shadow. Do what you got to do. Like, keep the commandments, stay on fire. Like, love your brother. That's going to keep a lot of brothers out the kingdom. All this built up animosity, can't banging, like these evil thoughts in the back of your head. Man, rid yourself from everything and set your house right, man. That's the whole stem that we brought that one precept, and it spurred through the spirit through all of this, man. Because setting your house right is not cleaning your damn room, man. It's getting your children in order, your wife, in order, the nation in order, right? Yourself in order, right? And he's doing the work of the Lord, man, and really being a man.
That's right. And I'm going to get Hebrews chapter 12 and 1. Right? This is the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Right? So when you read the previous chapter, it gives an account of all of your forefathers that the Most High praised through their faith. Right? And if you understand that all of our forefathers, they didn't get the kingdom. Right? They all gave up the ghost and fell asleep, not receiving the promises. But they endured those things because they believed. Abraham didn't get the kingdom, but he died believing that the Most High. Hey, when you read Hebrews, say that Abraham offered up Isaac because he believed that the Lord could resurrect him too. So our forefathers had hope, man. So now that you know that you're at the end of this thing, the Lord said, lay aside every sin that's holding you down. And you know that sin that you just keep doing, man. Let it go. Well, what is it? Today is so-called February 15th, 2021. It's 9:10 on the East Coast. Now it's time to let that sin go. If you're still dealing with that slothful spirit, let it go now. Right? If you got that damn weed demon on you, let it go. If you got that whoremongering spirit, let it go. And run this race. Take them big. You can't run no sprint with heavy yokes on your damn heavy fetters of sin on you, man. You still in bondage and shackled up to your sin that's ruling over you as a servant to sin, and you want to run the race. You're not going to make it. Right? It reads, Hebrews 12 and 2. Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith. Right? It seems to be Alpha and Omega. Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest they be weary and faint in your minds. Because you got a lot of brothers say, weary, I don't know if I can do this. Yahweh Shai did it, man. Oh boy, I'm falling away. Hey, the Lord said, you better, anytime you think about falling away and you getting weary and fainting in your mind, you better look at Yahweh Shai, because he finished. Paul said, I fought the good course. I finished it. There is a crown laid up for me. They all finished. Abraham, he finished. Jacob, he finished. Joseph, he finished. All these men, they finished it, man. So if you're thinking about wearied and falling out, hey, look at Yahweh Shai. He finished it, man. You have to finish. You know?
I was gonna say, when you cold, if you're out there in the wilderness for some odd reason, find yourself in the wilderness and you got a little fire before you, and you see the fire kind of kindling down, it's getting weak. Your first, instinct is to get more wood so that fire don't go out. Now, if Israel, if they can see, their spirit before their eyes, and they can see it's kind of dwindling down, hey, they'll put more wood in the fire, right? They'll do have to do. Right, but seeing that we don't have that, type of visual, we don't have that type of visual. Hey, we gotta. That's where examination comes in, right? That's where fasting comes in. You gotta check your spirit, right? You gotta pray and fast that the Most High put in your spirit to stay strong. You have to do the work, right? The same way when that fire getting low, you gotta do the work, right? You understand what I'm saying?
God. And there was one more verse in this. It says, it's a heavy verse. Hebrews 12 and 4. I'm going to read 3 again. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest they be wearied and faint in your minds. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. Man, we really ain't go through nothing yet, man. Yahweh Shai he was crucified. Or it says, ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. All right? So, we didn't have to go through half of what the apostles went through yet, man. Yeah, damn, Abraham had to pack up and leave. He didn't know where he was going, but he believed in the Most High. Right? Imagine that. A spirit come to you and tell you, get up and leave. I'm the God of your fathers. Right? You don't know who. Okay. And you get up and you believe. Now offer up your son. Offer up my son. This, that, and he got to offer up your son, man. Now you don't. Now we kind of know. The thing about it is we kind of know about the Most High. We know about the Lord, based off of the Spirit, right? Abraham, he really didn't have the same level that we had, in this thing. So he kind of just, on a whim, man. But he believed in the Most High. And the point is, like I said, all of our fathers that were righteous, they finished their course. Nehemiah, Ezekiel, they all died believing in the Lord, man. That's why they're going to be resurrected and put in the kingdom. He didn't faint. Did Nehemiah faint when he had to go back and do the work of the Lord? Did Ezra faint? Did Mordecai faint? Right? Did Joshua faint? They all finished and did what they had. You got to finish and do the work. Complete the task. Soldiers have to complete the task. Get the mission done. You got to go through it. And Slavian soldiers, they catch hell when they completing these missions. They getting shot at. They getting a frostbite. Somebody, they friendly. A brother might die next to them, but guess what? They got to get the task done, and then they get rewarded. They'll be on that damn victory parade when they come back home, huh? And the woman, they'll be clapping and loving them, and he'll get that reward. You got it, yard dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jake said all goddamn night they'll play Call of Duty, run a campaign, and when they keep losing, they say, look, I can do it. I can do it. They up all night with 40 Red Bulls and 2 Mountain Dews and 5 bottles of piss, and they keep doing it until they win. Brothers do the same thing with Halo. You up all night trying to beat Halo. You're looking up cheat codes. You might got school tomorrow or church tomorrow, yet you up all night just to complete the mission. But you can't complete the mission for the Lord. You can't complete the mission in His walk, right? And Jake got an abundance of examples. And Jake has even more examples when he listened to the elders in this truth. You got about hundreds of examples. And that's not enough for you. Like the brother was saying, not what I'm saying, Abraham couldn't really open up the book of Romans. He couldn't really open up the book of Acts and kind of, build up his spirit and his faith. And he was fresh in there. He is the example. There was nobody he could really look up to like that. Yeah, he had his forefathers and what was told of him, but it's not on the level that we have now. And if you can't really believe, then you got weak nature. You a punk. You need to repent. Right? Now is not the time to be having, I don't know if the Lord will save me. And your knees shaking and, the hairs in your body, going up like a cat.
Let me jump in there. It's in Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 25. It says, choosing rather to suffer affliction. And not too many people going to choose to rather you put the death for this thing. They want the easy way out, man. They want the Christianity way. They want God loves everybody way. Don't nobody want to walk in the fire, man, to get tried, man. You got to love the fire on a deeper level, man. That's what's going to refine you, man, and make you pure. You got to love affliction. You got to love hasten to the end. And what's to the end? Simple trouble, persecutions, right? Killings, right? All manner of confusion on the earth, right? Down famines, pestilences. These are the things that is affliction, man. Right? They say what? Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God. Right? Some people love the world too much, right? They want to chill with the children of men. Like they want to chill with the spiritual thing of Satan and everything is equal. They don't want to be afflicted, right, in this truth, right? Going through the burdens that you have to go through every day to bear this thing, man. Right? It says then to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Not fast as a season. When you was a kid, you got out of school, you rode your damn bike around the block 15 times, went to the ice cream truck about 5 times, and then spent the night over your cousin's house about 4 times, and you was back to school, man. And the season fast as hell, man. You kind of turn around, have 3 sleepovers with your cousins, right? Throw a couple rocks, right, at the damn cars. The next thing you know, you went class again on Monday. These treasures of this society is for a season, man. And the season is fast. By the time you look down and look up, it's going to be over. Don't sell your soul, man, with the riches and everything that is giving you, like just for the pleasures of sin for a season. Esteeming the reproach of the Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. Like the brothers keep going into, man, it's greater riches, man. You think you seen gold, you ain't seen gold, man. Read Revelation 21. They got all type of crystals and gems and oxen and jasper stones and crystallite, things you ain't never seen before, man. Like the brother said, you think you taste the water? You ain't taste water yet, man. Hey, man, when you go to the Baltimore Harbor, man, it's piss black, dirty, nasty water, man. It's going to be water in the kingdom. You can see hundreds of feet down. It's so clear, right? It's going to be islands never inhabited, right? Places with perfect degree weather, man. Hey, the Lord is going to have everything for you. Like the riches of treasures in Egypt, like that was old Egypt, but this the modern day Egypt and everything that come with it. Well, he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. You got to actually believe that there's a reward in this thing, man. A lot of brothers that's in the truth don't really believe, man. You got to be real with yourself. Do you really believe that a so-called black man is going to crack the sky and save you? Beam you up out of work, the troubles in his life, being killed and slain, and put all of these heathens in captivity. Do you really believe that? If you are, you got to esteem, right? The riches that the Lord has for greater than anything that you can physically see, right? It says what? By faith, people of Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king. So you got to forsake this land right now, not fearing the presidency, the government, the Senate House, and none of the things that they're going to do to you in those FEMA camps. It says, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. So he endured, man. Ain't nobody seen the Lord, man. Ain't nobody seen the Lord in all of his greatness and looked him eye to eye, man. That's never happened. But we actually believe through the Spirit, right, that we read that we're going to be saved out this thing.
That's right. I got this real quick. This 2 Timothy chapter 4 and 6. It's Paul telling Timothy, I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. So the Lord, Paul said, I fought the good fight, man. He fought with wild beasts at Ephesus. He got hit with rocks and stoned and beat down, and he finished it, man. He dealt with that demon that couldn't leave him. He had a demon, man, that would never leave him. And he still finished it, man. Hey, Paul went hard through the Spirit, man. Right? He knew he finished his course. Right? This Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 12. It reads, wherefore lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees. Like Yahweh was saying, now it's time to lift up your head. You got brothers, I don't know, man. Jacob's trouble come. Is God going to save me? I'm just a wicked old man. I don't know. Is this really going? Like I said, a lot of brothers really don't believe the Lord going to come. These chairs are going to crack open the sky, and that Babylon's going to be destroyed. That this place, actually, the millstone is actually going to stop grinding, man. We believe that. Lift up your head, man. Them feeble knees, pick your head up, man. Right? And get it together. Man up. Right? Reading on. It says, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Looking diligently, lest any man fall of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. You don't want to be profane. You don't have a root of bitterness in you. You don't want to fall from the grace, right? You want to make sure that you kind of pray for faith in this thing, and you built up, man. Right? Build yourself up for the days to come. Right? I had one